People in Kenya are losing millions of shillings buying land, and sadly, many of them believed they were doing everything right. They saw attractive advertisements, trusted the documents they were shown, and followed what seemed like the normal process. But before you buy any plot anywhere in Kenya, watch this carefully. What you're about to hear could save your entire investment. Every day, we see advertisements promising prime plots, ready title deeds, and limited offers. The pictures look beautiful, the prices seem attractive, and the sales teams sound convincing. But what many buyers don't realize is that there are hidden risks behind some of these deals. Some people end up buying plots that don't actually exist. Others discover that the same piece of land has been sold to multiple buyers. Many people also find out too late that the size they paid for is completely different from what exists on the ground. These mistakes have cost Kenyans millions of shillings, and unfortunately, many of these losses could have been prevented. At Ardhi AI, we use data, technology, and on-ground verification to analyze land ownership, boundaries, and location information. Over time, we've discovered something alarming. Most land problems don't happen because buyers are careless. They happen because buyers lack access to accurate and reliable information. Many people trust brochures. Many trust verbal promises. And many assume that if they have a title deed, then everything must be okay. Unfortunately, that's not always true. That's why verification is more important than assumptions. The first thing every buyer should verify is the exact location of the land. Never assume that the plot shown to you is the same plot listed on the documents. Some buyers are shown one location, only to discover later that the coordinates on the title documents point somewhere completely different. Others realize that the actual property is located far away from where they were originally shown. Before making any payment, always confirm the GPS coordinates. Use maps, survey records, and whenever possible, physically visit the exact location, because the plot you're shown may not necessarily be the plot you're buying. Location verification is the foundation of a safe investment. Another common problem involves size and boundaries. Imagine paying for a 50 by 100 plot. You expect 5,000 square feet, but when measurements are taken on the ground, you discover that the land is smaller than what you paid for. Maybe it's 42 by 85. Maybe some boundaries have shifted, or perhaps neighboring plots have already encroached into your property. A small difference in measurements can translate into a huge financial loss. That's why buyers should never rely on assumptions or estimates. Boundaries should be measured and confirmed. Survey maps should be checked, and the physical dimensions should match the records. Because assumptions can be expensive, verification protects your investment. Many people believe that a title deed is enough, but a title deed alone does not guarantee ownership. Some title deeds are fake, others contain incorrect information, and in some cases, the seller isn't even the legitimate owner. That's why ownership verification is critical. Always confirm that the title deed number matches official land registry records. Verify the registered owner. Check whether the land has disputes, restrictions, cautions, or encumbrances, and ensure that the property is not under investigation or subject to legal complications. Because buying land without verifying ownership is like investing blindly. Documents are important, but documents must also be authenticated. Another issue that many buyers overlook is access and infrastructure. A beautiful plot with no road access can quickly become a nightmare. Ask yourself, can vehicles reach the land? Is there a public access road? Is electricity available nearby? What about water supply? How is drainage during rainy seasons? And are there future development plans in the area? Without proper access and infrastructure, even valuable land can become difficult to develop and difficult to sell. Landlocked property often creates disputes, delays, and unnecessary expenses. That's why access should never be ignored, because land without access may have very little practical value. Perhaps the biggest mistake buyers make is trusting marketing materials. Brochures can look perfect, pictures can be edited, promises can sound convincing, but reality can be very different. Nothing replaces physical verification. Visit the site, Measure the land. Check the surrounding environment. Talk to neighbors. Verify road access. And compare what you see on the ground with the information contained in the documents. Marketing creates expectations. Verification reveals the truth. This is exactly why Ardhi AI was created.